Hey, practice owners, business owners. I just got an email, and I'm sure many of you did too, touting results from a Google ad spend. Okay, and I want to break it down for you so you understand how to analyze and look at your marketing spend and effort and return on investment. Okay, remember, there are no expenses in business, there are only investments. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen and run through a couple things. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get in trouble, but this is all in the service of helping you guys. So here we are, 17 calls. These are actual numbers from the promotional email. 17 calls, $1,205 ad spend, right? And you've got the rest of them. What I want to break down for you is, and I did the math for you, we'll take you through it, but of $1,205 divided by 17, that's a $70.88 spend per lead, right? Okay, so I've done each of the examples here, 70.88, 60.26, over here, 20.44, hey, maybe not bad, right? $30, $31, and $57. Okay, so that's your cost per lead. Okay, super simple. You take the cost, you divide by lead, right? Cost per lead. Now, I'm gonna take you to the next stage, because the ad spend is this amount, but these agencies, these groups, they charge you money to manage your ad spend. And I know some of them were charging as much as $3,000 to manage your Facebook ad spend. And in some cases, people were spending $1,500 a month on the ads and $3,000 to manage it. Those types of things. I don't know what is being charged here, but I'm going to break it down and assume a $500 fee. Okay, maybe it's $1,000, maybe it's $2,000. Once you go through this and learn how to do it, you can plug in your own numbers and do the math yourself. Okay, but if we convert this over and we say, well, the same thing with a $500 fee to manage it, we're talking about 1705, right, divided by the 17. So you can see here the $100.29. So I've done that for you. This is with the $500. If it's not 500, let's say you're doing this and you're spending $1,000, you're spending 250, you're spending 100, whatever it is, that's fine. Plug in your own numbers and figure out what your own cost per lead is. Now, this is an important part too. What's your customer acquisition cost? Because your cost per lead is not your customer acquisition cost. Okay, what you have to do is you have to know how many of those leads you're converting into paying customers. So we're assuming off of Google Ads, Facebook ads, probably a pretty decent conversion rate of 75%. Okay, meaning that those people that respond to the ad, the 17 calls, we're going to convert 75% of those into paying customers. Again, if you're tracking these and you know how many you're converting, you can plug in your own numbers. So, these aren't hard and fast, these are just made up. So plug in your own numbers and figure it out. But basically what we've taken here, the way I've done this is taken the $129, divided it by 75%, ended up with a customer acquisition cost of $133.72. Okay, so in each of the examples outlined, we've got the customer acquisition cost down here under each of the examples, and I want you to do that for yourself. Okay, 48 might not be bad, right? 132 might not be bad. Depends on what your profit margin is, right? So let's go and look at that next piece. So your profit per customer, let's say that you're getting $1,100 per customer on average. And if you're in the physio space, right, it's the number of visits times the revenue per visit, number of visits on average. And you could even break it out for these specific leads and what have you, and track it and see. But know the average-ish profit margin is around 10.8%. Yours might be higher or lower. Again, plug in your own numbers, right? But if you're getting $1,100 per case at a 10.8% profit margin, that's $118, $118.80 profit per new customer, per new case, per new patient. Okay, so however much you're getting per customer times your profit margin gives you your profit per customer, and we're going to put that up against like the average. So we had 5 different customer acquisition costs. I'm picking the 115 kind of arbitrarily, but you take your profit and you subtract the customer acquisition cost rather, and your net income after the 115 customer acquisition cost is $3. Okay, plug in your own numbers. There's a possibility this could be negative. Okay, there's a possibility this could be really good. If it's really good, if you're making let's say that your customer acquisition cost was $40 and you're getting more per case. Here, let's do it this way. Let's say you're doing $13.50 a case. right? And your profit margin's 15%, okay? And your customer acquisition cost is $40. If I'm making $160 profit off each one, in adding this customer acquisition cost into the mix, maybe I want to do that all day long, right? I want to pour fire on that. I want to get more and more of them. What if I could get the customer acquisition cost down to 10%, right? Or to $20? Yeah, I want to do that all day long. What we don't want you to do is have this be flipped and be upside down. So I don't want you to have a profit per customer of $100 or $200 and be spending $300 or $400 per customer to acquire them. Okay. So understand your numbers, go back and do the math on your own, figure out what you're spending, add the admin fees and other overhead in there, other expenses in there as well. And if you're creating copy, creating other stuff, add that cost in there and figure out what all that stuff is. But there are efficient ways to do this. If you're looking for one, I've got some great resources and folks who can help you out. So hit me up over at sturdycoaching.com, or you can just email me sturdymckee@gmail.com. Thanks.